Hello guys, welcome to That Chelsea Guy. So this is my YouTube channel where we get to talk about ChelseaFC, Chelsea news, everything concerning ChelseaFC news. Yeah, so if you are here for the first time, you know what to do. Like and subscribe for more content. I'm going to be supplying you, giving you supplies of ChelseaFC news, daily transfer news. So let's go. We have a lot of stuff for you. We're going to be analyzing the Chelsea attacking position. Alright, so I'm going to give you my opinion on Tammy Abraham. I feel Tammy Abraham is a good player. Definitely, he's the Chelsea number 9 player. He scores goals and, provides with few assists. So last season he scored 6 goals, provided 1 assist. He was able to do that in 22 appearances. Made 10 of them from the bench. So he was not given much of the chances last season, especially under Thomas Tuchel. He got chances under Frank Lampard before he got injured, and he was not given much chances. I don't think he played up to 5 matches Premier League. He definitely did not start up to 5 Premier League matches under Thomas Tuchel. He wasn't one of our coach's favourite. So Tammy Abraham is a very good player. He does one thing I like with his first touch. He just passes it and opens space for the next player. He has great link capacity. He's a good finisher. I won't say he's a prolific finisher like the likes of Erling Haaland, the likes of Lewandowski. Those guys are top and world-class finisher, but I wouldn't say Tammy Abraham has gotten to that position of world-class. I believe he's improving with every game time he plays in Chelsea. There are rumors everywhere that he's going to leave Chelsea. I really hope he stays, or personally I would like Tammy Abraham to get a 2-year loan move where he goes to play regular football and get so much experience. Lukaku, when he was in Chelsea, he was not getting the game time he needed and he was not getting the experience he needed because there were other players in Chelsea at that point in time. So he had to leave Chelsea to get much experience, and look at Lukaku today. Lukaku can be classified as a world-class player. So I would say Tammy Abraham needs time. Definitely he's a good player, no doubt, but he needs time. So let's see if he's going to stay in Chelsea, and let's see what his production rate will be in Chelsea. So we're going to talk about Timo Werner. I really like that player, although he has taken time to settle in Chelsea. He has played in Chelsea for just last season, the 2021. Last season he scored 6 goals and made 5 assists, which is okay, but depends on how you see it. Yeah. And he made 35 appearances, coming from the bench 6 of those times. One of Timo Werner's strengths is in his pace. He's very fast as a player, and I think that helps Chelsea a lot. He's pressing without the ball. He's the Mason Mount-like type of player. That's why Thomas Tuchel, even when he missed a lot of chances last season, Thomas Tuchel still had to play him because of what he offers with and without the ball. With his speed, he creates space for other players and creates opening. You see, he has great vision. Almost assist he gave to Hakim Ziyech last season against Man City. That was a counter-attacking run from Timo Werner to Hakim Ziyech, which we have seen a lot of times from Timo to Havertz and stuff. So I've seen that a lot of time coming from Timo. What I feel about Timo Werner is he's a great player, definitely, and I would say he's close to a world-class player. But the challenge with Timo Werner is his finishing. I won't say he doesn't have confidence. Last season he was poor in finishing, right? He missed a lot of big chances last season. Last season was the time he had to settle with the coronavirus and stuff. I'm really looking forward to this season, the 2021-2022 season. I want to see what Timo Werner can offer, and I really believe he will do just well this season. Alright, so we're going to talk more about Christian Pulisic. I really like this player, Pulisic. In fact, he's one of my favorite Chelsea players right now. Although I don't know what's wrong. Probably is the issue he played with Thomas Tuchel in Borussia Dortmund. I really felt last season he was supposed to get more game time than him. So Christian Pulisic, great player with good pace also. He can run. You don't want to meet a guy like Christian Pulisic in a 1 versus 1 position. He's also he has a lot of skills to take a player down, and you know, he has the finishing touch to does his move. I really like Christian Pulisic, and I believe those chances Timo Werner missed last season, if Christian Pulisic finds himself in that position or in those positions, he will definitely put them to bed. You can take an example last season, looking at famous dribble he did and against Real Madrid. You see his composure in front of the 18. He has a lot of improvement to do as a player, definitely. He's just 22, made 4 goals, 2 assists, made 27 appearances, and I think 9 from the bench, which need more from a first team player. And the challenge with Christian Pulisic is his injury history. He gets injured. In fact, every time he plays, one is very scared of him not getting injured. If not, when that guy is fit, I think that guy is a very, very, very good player, and he's close to world class also, a Champions League holder. So let's hope this season he gets an injury-free season, so we'll see the best of Christian Pulisic. I really think that guy has a great career in Chelsea ahead of him. Let's talk about Messi. He played well under Frank Lampard, and in fact impressed also Thomas Tuchel with his work rate. This guy has great work rate, Messi Mount. He walks, he runs, what he does with and without the ball is simply amazing. Without the ball, he walks, tracks back, tries to win back possessions, and you know, this guy is more like the Kante type of player without the ball. He's a skillful player, definitely, and he's very underrated with his attacking part of the game, but he creates quite a lot of chances also. At 22, last season he made 36 appearances with 4 coming from the bench. In the Premier League last season, he scored 6 goals and assisted 5, which is pretty decent. Decent because it's a step up from his performance last season. I think Messi Mount is improving with the more game time he gets. So Messi Mount is a pretty good player. He provides a lot. I believe next season, or let's say this season, this present season we are right now, if Chelsea gets a world-class number 9, then you start seeing the advantage of Messi Mount in the team, what he provides. Messi Mount is really underrated. Like in the Chelsea final, Chelsea Champions League final with Man City, everybody talks about the goal, Kai Havertz goal, which is wonderful. That goal was awesome, but nobody talks about the pass, how the pass drove through, like how many players and created just an amazing space for Kai Havertz to take that chance. So Messi Mount is really good. He's a pretty good player. He has proved it in Chelsea under Lampard. He has proven himself with Thomas Tuchel. He has proven himself also with Southgate, the England coach. So I believe he's a decent player, and let's see what is going to happen. Let's see how many goals he will get and how many assists he will get this season. Alright, so we're going to talk about Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi is a very good player, yeah, and he's just 20, still a pretty young player. He's just 20 years of age, you understand? You know, most of the time we might forget how young Hudson-Odoi is, and he's a really talented player. You can see why top clubs all over Europe have been, you know, trying to get him to their club, trying to get a transfer for him. Bayern Munich have not hidden their interest for Hudson-Odoi so far. You know, he was starting to do great things under Sarri before he got that injury that took him for a very long period of time. He scored 2 goals last season and 3 assists also, which I won't say it's really pretty decent looking at Hudson-Odoi's standard. But last season for Hudson-Odoi was like a transition season for him. He was coming from a pretty long, almost a season-long injury, you know, and he needed time to get back to himself. He needed to get confidence, and among all Chelsea attacking players, he's the widest so far. He plays from wide. He's a very skillful player also. He dribbles with the ball, you know, and creates spaces for other people. Then he's good with pass. He creates so much opportunity in the penalty box for You know, Chelsea last season got too much chances, got chances upon chances upon chances, and we kept on missing it. You know, last season I really felt both Frank Lampard and Thomas Tuchel would have really improved on Chelsea's on the Chelsea player shooting abilities, because we missed a lot of chances last season, like a whole lot of chances. Looking at the highlight from last season, you just saw Chelsea missed a lot of chances, and Hudson-Odoi provides fairly good amount of chances, you know, but he's improving with every game time he gets. The challenge with Hudson-Odoi is sometimes he finishes the ball so poorly, you know, and I really feel that is one thing he can improve with. His final touch, his final decision making, he really should improve on that, you know. I really believe that this season will be a very great season for the young lad. Let's talk about Kai Havertz. He's one of the most talented players Chelsea has right now. One of the most talented attackers. This guy is just so good on the ball, so good without the ball. If you get to watch his game, you know, you see his off the ball movement, you see his on the ball movement, and this guy is so great. I just wanted to. So last season in the Premier League, he made 27 appearances and he made nine substitution appearances. He scored 4 goals and made 3 assists. Alright, so Kai Havertz is a very good player. Although in the beginning of the season we couldn't really see the talent he had to, you know, settle down. Come to a new country at the pandemic period, you have to settle down, and like Timo Werner, they came from the Bundesliga. They were one of the best players of the Bundesliga that season. They came from the Bundesliga and they needed to settle down. The Premier League is a more tougher league and it's a more faster league, so they really needed to settle down and settle into the Premier League. I don't believe what we saw last season was even close to what we're going to see this season, because Kai Havertz has a lot to do. One good thing about Kai Havertz is he's very dynamic. He's a dynamic player. We saw him last season. Sometimes he was played on the right, sometimes he was played on the left, and sometimes he dropped so deep to play as the inside striker. Then also he played false 9 position also, and this guy is very dynamic. He's so dynamic with the ball, dynamic without the ball. I really like this guy because this guy is really close to being a world-class player. I just don't want to rate him yet world-class player, but this guy is really close to being a world-class player. Havertz. Alright, so he has electric pace. It's very possible to underrate Kai Havertz pace, but this guy is so fast. He's so fast, and you don't know because the way he just sprints, it's like he's not running, but he's really fast. Then his touch is also, he has this soft touch feels to every of his ball control. He's like this Berbatov kind of player. He's a good finisher. He drops deep most of the time to create space for other players, you know, to get in. Does this late run, you know, and he's a very good player. He's a very clever player. He understands the game very well. I believe Kai Havertz this season, he will be a much more improved player. You know, he would have settled in the Premier League, so he knows the pace of the Premier League. I think him and Timo just needed one season, you know, to settle in. Bundesliga, it's sorry to say, but Bundesliga, it's most of the time not very competitive compared to the Premier League. The Premier League is a very rough league, you know. So they needed time, you know, to play. This season, the goal ratio, the assist ratio we're getting from this guy is top notch. So we get to talk about Hakim Ziyech. This guy is a good player also. In fact, Chelsea right now, Chelsea are blessed with a lot of talent up front, and Hakim Ziyech is one of them. He's a very great player. You know, he's 28. He made 23 appearances last season in the Premier League. I think about 6 of them coming from the bench. He made 2 goals last season, 2 goals and 3 assists, which is pretty low compared to the number he has been given in Europe while he was in Ajax. This guy is a good player, but I think injury, he came to Chelsea, he trained with Chelsea. Just when he was able to get the tune, get the vibe, he got injured, you know. Before he was very fit was the time Frank Lampard left, and So when we had our new coach Thomas Tuchel, you know, he did not really blend into the pattern of play of Thomas Tuchel. But I really think this guy is a good player, and he scored key goals. He scored a goal against Man City, which was a nice goal. He scored some really nice goals. The goal in Champions League too was nice. I really feel this guy deserves another season. He deserves another season, definitely. He has a signature pass where he comes back with his left leg, and, you know, through the pass. Chelsea really lacked a goal scoring number 9 last season, and I think that's what we're in the market for this season. We really need a world class number 9 that can finish most of the chances we missed last season. So he's a very dynamic player also. He plays from the right, and he can also play from the midfield. Thomas Tuchel used him in a series of positions. Played him from the right last season, played him from the midfield, played him box to box at some point, you know. So I believe this guy is a great player, but he needs time, you know, to adjust in ChelseaFC, and I believe he will get that time. I don't think Chelsea has to sell him this transfer window. Let's give him one more season. This guy is top notch, he's top quality. He has great vision when it comes to passing. Shoots one of the only Chelsea player that shoots from outside the 18. Hakim Ziyech does that, Mason Mount. Alright, so if you enjoyed this video, you just like and subscribe to my channel for more Chelsea news. Alright, thank you very much.